Hello guys, trust you're doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make use of the presets, to apply the presets I earlier released, I just released, and how to make use of them with a couple of images that I edited in which I applied the same images and the same presets. So this image, we have this image. This is an outdoor picture I shot recently. I captured this recently. Then this, and also this. So I'm going to be demonstrating this preset on all of these images. For this particular image, I retouched it from this actually down to this. So I'm going to be showing you a brief demonstration. So without wasting so much time, let's get straight to it. So I have my edited folder, and that's pretty much all that I need because I've done cleaning of the background. I have edited the skin and all that. You can see how she looks very, very flawless. I mean, her skin, yeah, it's pretty flawless. So now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to locate the presets I bought. So let me just say I bought it. So I bought from myself anyway. So then I come to these backgrounds, then I decide, okay, because what we're using here is angels. You have a couple of backgrounds here. You have some cloud, you have the astro, you have the concrete texture, you have the clouds JPEG, you have the clouds PNG, you have the crazy sun. I like this crazy sun. You have the clouds, you have the galaxy, and you have the bird. So one major thing you have to do here is to blend. So I'm going to drop this here because that's what I need. I'm going to increase it by proportion. So then I'm going to blend. So for this particular image, I used the overlay, and I reduced my opacity to about 70, my fill to about 30. Are you seeing that? So let's make this 35. Sorry, 3 and 5. So you can see the background looks pretty good on our well blended into this background actually looks well blended into the screen background. So you also have to understand the kind of blending you need to use, and you also have to understand that you need to shoot a certain way in order to make use of these backgrounds to manipulate your image. So the next thing I'm going to have to mask away our skin so that it doesn't look so funny the way it's looking. So I'll click on the brush tool, and I'm going to reduce my flow to like 50. Yeah, I think 50 might be a bit too harsh, but let's try. So you can see that looks to be working. Just going to take this out softly. Let me make it 20 or 30. Sorry, 30. Good. So I'm just going to clean out like this carefully. Then on her face, nothing after on her face, so be very careful. On her hands. Okay, very soft. So it looks pretty good like this already. So this is before, and this after. So now that we've done this, the next thing will be for us to apply our grading. So what I do from this, I use Shift Command Alt E or Shift Control Alt E for Windows. Yeah. So I name this Merge. And the next thing is I come to my filter and I hit Camera Raw. Yeah. So Camera Raw is where actually everything actually goes down. So you note that the same presets are also usable on Lightroom. All you have to do on Lightroom is import presets, then make use of these presets. It's on XMP format, so it works flawlessly for Lightroom. But why need to go to Lightroom when you can just do everything on Camera Raw? This is Photoshop 2021, and it has amazing features on it. So you have the basic, you even have the new color grading feature, which is pretty good for people who like to color grade like myself. So now that we are here, what we're going to be doing is, you can see these 3 dots that bring you to this drop down menu. You click on it, or wherever it is on your Camera Raw, and you click on load settings. And when you click on load settings, I come to my desktop, and I go to, I think I have the new folders, and I have Mainstreamhq volume 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to try out certain packages here, right? Then I click on load with the grade 1. So you can see this actually looks good. So this our grade 1 actually looks good. Look at it. So let me show you before and after. This before, this after, before, after. Look at how nice that looks. When I come to my load settings here, I click on grade 2. See, it's very subtle, very subtle. When I come here, let me try grade 3, right? You can see it gives me this way. Note that now when you click on your basic characteristics here, you can see that the adjustments are here, so you can adjust it based on proportion. So I can decide to increase it, I can increase the highlights a bit, I could take out the shadows and bring and draw the shadows a little bit. Can you see that? So you can adjust this settings as you please, but the preset you are buying is actually a baseline in order for you to be able to work on. It works on images that I shot personally because I created it once, but you might shoot with different lighting, different exposure, etc. You can easily adjust that at your own disposal. So I go ahead to try the next one, which is clear white. It's not what I want, but it's pretty good. You can work on it when you adjust the settings. So I could try, so let me just try tones 1. Okay, so this is very close to what I used. Load settings again and try tones 2. Pretty good. So you can see how flawless these presets are. They're actually really good. So this ignite is actually meant to draw out your image and brighten up that area. So that's how I actually set that to work. So I'm gonna go back to load settings and try this grade 1. I think I have, okay, that's ColorGrade 1. So this is pretty good. This looks pretty good. Let's try the other one. So you can see I'm just showing you how everything quite works. This clear white, this gold, this cool. You see it looks cool. So it has that cool feel. So I have the colorize. This takes out the colors basically, and this is actually good for art. So you can look at this. So if I were to make this a very beautiful artwork, this would actually pass for art. This is something like what I would love to do. You understand? Because it looks very artistic and dreamy. There's a lot more you can do to this image the way it looks. So the saturate also go to load. I think I already tried colorize, decolorize. Okay, yeah, I tried that. I think I tried classic, right? Yeah, I tried classic. So then we try grade 3. I think it's within grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 at least. So load settings. So you can see how easily I'm able to make use of this presets. So you can see it's actually very flawless. You do not have to do so much. The good thing about this preset is that you can actually use it for events. So once you apply, I use this to edit a lot of event pictures. Like I really use it to edit event pictures because it works well for me. I'm going to be showing you how it works for outdoors and all. So you're going to be seeing how it actually works for outdoors. So we're just going to have to settle for 1 year and see how we can work with it. So I prefer the previous one I used. So load settings, use ignite. Let me try this grade 1. Before, after. So I like this grade 1, so that's what I'm going to use. So then I click on OK. So there's something about the vignette. Okay, there's actually no vignette there, so it actually brightens up the edges. It's pretty cool. So now I'm going to click on OK. Yeah, so that's good. So now I have my image well lit up. This before, this after. Look at how nice that looks. And I can just come here and just increase the contrast, the brightness as I please, and decide to pop this up, reduce this, and so on and so forth. Just reduce it here like 65. Sorry. This is before, this is after. So we came from this and to this. Amazing, isn't it? So that's on this image. So I'm going to be showing you a demonstration on an outdoor image I also captured recently. So this is our image. Well, this is on 4.5 already, 4:5 rather. I already cropped it and made it good enough to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the color grade this layer and name it grade. Then I'm going to come to my filter, the same thing we did, camera raw filter. Okay. So basically you can do all the work on Photoshop without stressing. Honestly, you can. So I'm gonna come here. These are so many presets I've created. So I'm just gonna come here. Let me open my basic so you can see. Come here, then click on load settings. Then let's try grade 1. What do we get? This is beautiful. Before and after. Before and after. If you're an event person and you do a lot of event photography and all that stuff, you really want to have this preset. Trust me. Then we come to load settings again and we click on grade 2. Quite similar, right? Then we click on the third one there. So I really want you to see everything and understand everything perfectly. Now you see this? This is beautiful. This is extremely beautiful. So if I increase my exposure a bit here. Let's say I take down the exposure and I increase my shadows. Take down the exposure, increase my shadows. Before and after. Can you see that? This is beautiful. This is very good for you if you like outdoor pictures, outdoor images, and all that. This is what you want to use. This is what you want to use. When I go back to load settings again, I think classic is what I have not tried. Yeah, so this is classic. So I won't recommend this. This works for other images, but it doesn't work for this. So understand the image you are. Mind you, you can also adjust this however you like. You can draw out the whites. You understand? You can use the shadows in a bit. Reduce the contrast. Can you see that? Increase the highlights. Increase the exposure. This is yet another beautiful image and adjustment I just created of this. So now you come to load settings. You go to clear white. Okay, now this works for indoors, but I won't recommend this for this because I actually wanted to use this preset to demonstrate another picture, but it actually works pretty well. So I go to code. You can use that code field. You can just draw out the exposure a little bit in, and then white. Yeah, so the white and the exposure. This is pretty good. This is not bad at all. For those who like colors, so many colors in their image. So I'm going to go to load settings again. I go to cool. See, very, very cool and similar to the initial one, just with less exposure. Then this dark should work perfectly well for if you're shooting a dark skinned model like outdoors and all. So decolorize, this is actually going to make this look fun, but you can see this is dramatic. This is very, very dramatic. So if you want to create dramatic shots like this is your plug. This is the preset you want to use. So load settings, go down to desaturate. You can see it. Then you load settings, go down to, okay, this is another section of this, another type of this. You can see different tones. So this is actually pretty good. So this is before and after. So this is making the color look so balanced. So I can decide that this is actually what the color grade I want to use for this image. Like you can try the other ones on the list. There's so many other ones here that you can actually try. But I'm going to stick with this and I'm going to click on OK. You can see it before, see it after. So there's so much more you can do from here. If you're a photographer and you feel you're good with this, all well and good. But if you feel you want to do some more, you can also do some more. So let's move straight to this. So I'm only going to do this once so you can just see this. So what we did the last time is the same we're going to do here. We're going to hit Command J or duplicate layer. I'm going to come here and I'm going to name this gray again. When I come to filter, I'm going to click on camera raw filter, and remember I said I was going to use a particular preset for an image. So this is the image. I'm going to just go straight, come here, load settings, and use a clear white. Click on load. Did you see that? before and after, before and after. So you can see from the before, there are some cold spots on there. I don't like to see these blues in my image. It looks very fun. Looks very fun, so I don't like it. And I need our skin to be much more grungy and different. So that's why this this preset actually works perfectly for it. This Lightroom preset actually works good for it. So you click on this, you can see. So it popped up our highlights and made our look much more defined and the background much more calm. So then I click on OK, and I can do the necessary background manipulations I want to do to this. I can put clouds and anything I want to put on this image and blend it perfectly to suit. So the final one I'm going to be showing you now is this image. So for this particular image, this is a third image, I'm going to be showing you how to grade this. So what I do here is I hit Command J again, and I name this what's it called, grade. I name this grade, and I come to my filter, camera raw filter, and I do exactly the same thing we've been doing all along. Sorry, this adjustment, click on this drop down menu, it's load settings, grade 1. Yeah, can you see that? This is beautiful. Before, and this is our after. Looks nice already. I think this was quite similar to what I used when I edited this, because I have quite a number of this presets that I created. So let's try the grade 2. You can see. So the grade 2 took out. So if you're shooting a customer, or you captured an image whereby you want the background to be you don't have a gray background and you have a green background, and you're like, okay, I think I can do well with a green background. This is the plug for you. So you can easily come here and just use this preset to eliminate the greens, the dominant greens in the image. So click on load settings again, and you have the classic. So let's see what the classic looks like. Now, this is so harsh for this particular image, so I won't recommend this for this image. So cold, this is too cold and too oversaturated for this kind of image. Try cool. This is cool. Yeah, before and after. Load settings, click on dark. Here you can see this is actually quite dramatic, because there's a lot you can do to this image. There's a lot you can do to this image. You can just adjust as you please. Adjust as you please. So much to be done. This is our before, this is our after. So the advantage of purchasing this product is because you can make this adjustment, you can fine-tune this adjustment, so you're not restricted to the adjustments. That's how I like to operate. So let me use this grade 1. Before and after. Now this brings out the greens, the already misplaced greens, and this is pretty cool. Some people like to edit like this, and I really appreciate when I see things like this. This is actually pretty cool. This is before and this is after. Look at where the image was before. Look at where we are now. So go ahead to load settings. I use tones too. So it's like a very well colored. So beautiful. So anyone you decide to use, anyone you decide to use that, just ensure that the image you're actually editing actually sits down well with the preset you are planning it for. So this is also very nice, because most people shoot under different light conditions, different lenses, and different environments, etc., etc. That's why you have to study your image, and that's why you have options. You have about 15 options to choose from, so you don't end up making the wrong decision. So there's so much more we can use. So I'm just going to stick with either the classic, or no, not the classic, sorry. Either the one of this 1, 2, 3. This is actually pretty cool. You can either just try to expose this a bit. You have a well color graded image. So load settings, then you click on grade 1. So I can stick with grade 1. Before and after I might hit the OK button. So that brings me to the end of this demonstration. You have learned how to color grade various images. I've shown you how I manipulated this, I've shown you this, I've shown you this, and also this. So enjoy, make use of the LUTs, the presets, enjoy, have fun, and I expect your reviews. Have a nice time, guys.